Yeah, I've been interested in like designing my own board games since I was a kid. I actually designed card games when I was in school, and when we were supposed to be studying for exams, we were playing games that I designed instead. Um, I had done that for a while, and then I moved to Australia. And in my mind, I was thinking Australia was this Western country, and obviously there are a bunch of like game designers here, and like, oh, there wasn't really a lot of things happening here, and figured out pretty quickly that's because Australia is pretty far from the rest of the world. And then recently, I was actually still working on some stuff while I was here. Um, but that wasn't really ever a huge thing until I started meeting some other game designers, and that actually came about because I started putting myself more out there and like going to other game groups other than just playing with my own friends. I started uh, making friends with like other people who make games as well. And one of the big things that happened was there was a national convention, PAX Australia, that was a big excuse for a bunch of people to get together for, I guess, video game stuff as well. But then um, there was a big tabletop component, and someone put together a panel about making tabletop games. And from that, I actually met a bunch of people that weren't just from Melbourne, from around Australia, and um, there was a lot of excitement. Like, oh, we didn't know this thing was happening here. We didn't know other people were around us. And so there was an online Facebook group put together just to connect all of us together. And there was a meetup that was being organized at one of the local gaming shops. And I joined that, um, and it turned out like one of the people who was working at the game shop who was running those meetups left the shop, and so there wasn't really anyone else to run the meetups. So myself and a couple other people who were there, we've kind of taken that over, and I've been I've been the one with the most free time, I guess. So I've been the one putting together a lot of the meetups and trying to get a lot of that consistently happening. I think that's one of the main things that you kind of need to have to get that kind of community to grow is consistency. And also, I've been really excited to kind of bring tabletop game design in Australia and actually in my home country of Malaysia as well to a little bit more to get them a little bit more recognition because it's really difficult uh, to let people know what you're doing, that there's stuff happening here that's exciting and cool. So I do a podcast as well, and as much as I can, I try to get local creators to kind of like talk about what they're doing and the challenges that we have trying to make things here in Australia. And the proudest thing that I've ever done, to be honest, is actually a bunch of interviews I did with Malaysian tabletop game designers when I was back in Malaysia for a holiday, because I had no idea what they were doing as well, and it was so great to see that they have a vibrant community as well. They have monthly meetups, they have online forums as well, and just hanging out and playing their games, because I've felt disconnected from Malaysia for a while, especially with tabletop games, because you kind of need to be physically in the same place. So that was really great to kind of see that and tell other people about what's happening there.